Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Tractorman 44 here. Today, the missus has invited me to see if I can make some stands for some of her flower baskets to get them up off the ground. So today, we're going to go ahead and use an old sheet metal tool. I don't use it too often, but I do use it. Have used it quite a lot in the past. But it's a set of rollers for making round or radius fitting. However, it's not only for making sheet metal radiuses. If you need to make something round out of a round rod or flat stock or something of that nature, this has a capacity of 22 gauge in a 36-inch width. So you can use a thicker material on a very narrow piece of steel, mild steel typically, and you can actually roll radiuses out of much thicker and much heavier materials. This is fully adjustable. It's what they call an open-end slip rolls. If you notice this handle here, and I got this, here's a bearing cap. You release the bearing cap, and then that allows this to raise up. So you push down on the lever, and that'll allow you to make a circle, a tight circle, and then go ahead and lift it right out of the open-end rolls. Okay, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to come up with some stuff to make her a couple of little stands to put some of her fancy flower baskets in. So first things first, these are the typical basket sizes that she wants me to make something for, and we're going to want something to go around the belly of the basket somewhere in this particular area, or all the way up to the top. It doesn't really matter. And that's going to rest down in there and then hold them up off of the ground. The first order of business is determine what diameter stand you want to make. I want to make something around 10 inches in diameter. Now, you know, circumference equals pi times diameter. Pi is 3.14, so if you want something 30 inches in diameter, the rudimentary or rough measurement is going to be roughly 31 inches, because, you know, 3 times 10 is 30, you know, plus a little bit, so roughly 31, 32 inches and thereabouts. However, if you have in your possession the old circumference rule, you see me laying out sheet metal with the circumference rule all the time. What you do is you just go to the diameter that you want, in this case 10 inches right here, and put a square on the 10 inch right down across all the small numbers on the opposing side of the circumference rule, and then transfer down, and you'll see that it's 31 and 7/16 nominally. So that's really pretty close, 31 and 7/16. So if we start off with something 32, 33 inches long, this ain't brain surgery. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and make our roll, and if we have to cut it off, we'll cut it off to make the adjustment. Not a big deal. Now if you get up here really, really close and take a look-see, you see a 3/16, a 1/4 inch, and a 5/16 groove in that lower roll. That's so that you can specifically roll those diameter round stock. You can roll larger diameter round stock out in the middle, but it has a tendency to want to waver on you, and you end up having to bring everything back in alignment. But this here really helps keep everything in alignment. I'm starting off with a piece of 3/4 inch flat stock, 3/4 inch by 3/16 flat stock. Your adjustments are down underneath here. You can see the adjustment back here. That'll tighten the back rolls in against the front roll, or the leading drive roll. This is going to take multiple passes. Remember, I said that very first pass, you barely want to put any bend on it whatsoever. But now that we got a start on it, we'll just go ahead and make our adjustments. Now what you can do, just to double check the adjustment between the snap rolls or the rolls, you can just stick your fingers in and run back and forth, and you can tell if it's tighter on this end, meaning it might need to open up to square it up, or it might be tighter or looser on this end, meaning you may have to tighten or loosen this in order to make everything roll pretty square. But I'm going to go ahead and just give it just a little bit of a tweak. And each pass will bring in a little bit more. I'll go ahead and make 4 or 5 more passes, then we'll come back. with a little bit of luck, that's going to be somewhere around 10, 10 1/4 inches. 10 5/16. So we'll go ahead and square this up right here. We're going to go ahead and weld that, and then we'll go back to business making some legs. Now I ain't telling you that's easy, but normally whenever I'm using this roller any amount of time at all, I actually have it lag bolted or bolted to a table instead of right here where it's actually slipping and sliding because I'm putting so much pressure on it. But just for a couple of flower pots, you know, it's not that big a deal. On to the legs, guys. So anyway, guys, I made the missus a pair of these. She's got some flowers and flower baskets over here that are sitting on the ground, and they're wanting to kind of grow down and kind of kill the lengths of them that's actually coming in contact with the grass. So she wanted different elevations so she could put different ones at different heights. So now I'm going to see if I can go in the house and see if I can get her to come out and say something. I don't know that this is a surprise. She asked me to do it, but I didn't tell her I was going to. So we'll see what she got to say, and she's probably going to want to put flowers in.
Okay, see? Now they'll be happy. And my sweet potato vine can flood over there. That's the one in the front. The thing behind it is lantana. That's a sweet potato vine.
Sweet potato?
Yeah. And then the lantana is behind it. Yep.
This?
Yep.
What
and
is it?
lantana.
Okay.
And then there's basil in the back, and it will grow up and take over.
Yeah, that basil, I recognize that. And
Yeah.
this over here is?
Those are petunias.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And those are all petunias in there. Those are the colors you picked out.
Cool.
Yeah.
So are you happy with this? It's
I'm
good
very
enough?
happy with this. Yes.
Oh, cool.
They will be very nice.
So we're gonna go get some ice cream.
Yes, I will get you ice cream now.
All right, guys. I guess she's happy with it, you know. So that's what we did for a couple of hours this afternoon, and it was kind of good to get that old roller and get the rust off of it anyway, you know. It had been a while since I'd used it, so I guess that's about it for this one here. And this Tractor Man 44 and the missus.
And we're out of here and going to get ice cream.
That's funny.